Astralis, mousesports. This is the conclusion of the semifinal that you've all been waiting for. To deliver it, I've got Machine, I've got Henry G. Let's kick it off on Dust2.
Thank you so much, Trace. It was straight into the action, our third match.
Let's get it.
I'm so glad we're here. Dust2, it could very well be a brawl. You do see the P250 and the armor thrown towards Device and a significant amount of utility, Henry. What the God's name have they got up their sleeves? It may be taken from them, because already mousesports pushing in towards the tunnels. A good dink towards Rops. He may have to retreat. Wopsic thinks the same.
There is a lot of utility, and they can hold on for it to an hour. It's a bit of an exploration towards the B tunnels there from mousesports. We've got more than they bargained for as Rops takes a bullet to the face, down to 3 HP, lucky to be alive. Smokes, flashes deployed towards B, and the grenade, if it goes towards the platform, that's a guaranteed kill. Does a little bit of damage there towards Voxic, but they're trying to suggest it's going to be a walk in towards B. They still have 2 smokes. I would say a long finish here, 2 smokes to the crossover, flash through, and they've got Dupree patrolling towards the mid doors. Lots of damage inflicted. There is a defuse kit available, just to note that. Glaive with the P250, still showing presence towards B, but here's the commitment. Making their way up towards Long, trying to find that initial headshot here. Device, he won't be able to land it just yet. 2 players waiting, the bomb goes down.
They know all of Astralis' tricks now. And Chris J, he's finds another head. Carrigan not so lucky now. They can advance towards the site, but the bomb is within the Dutchman's control. Tucks in on pit. Rops slowly returning to the fray from B. And Woxic in CT. Shots. Confirms Astralis' presence in towards CT. It's a hard shot to hit, but Woxic's done it. Just 2. Chris, pressure being applied. Glaive has no armor. It's worth mentioning, and actually Chris is going to throw out his smoke to try and fight around before it plumes. Glaive experiences one hell of a shot. Just Magisk then. On the cross, it's Woxic first to fall, but down to just 22. He's paid his dues for the first, and actually, with Rops down to 3, this shot onto Chris J could confirm things. Rop will tuck in on the side. It's all good. It's all Chris J, to be honest. Found the first, got the bomb, and held it down.
A very technical approach there. Difficult to pull off for Astralis, trying to fake out. They were heading towards B with the smoke, the P250, the flash through from Glaive. It was a nice idea. They committed towards Long, but a double stack towards that car position. They didn't anticipate that, and the bomb went down in a really treacherous position there. Chris J gets himself in the pit, and he still had a residual smoke as well, Alex. Able to hold position, fend off anyone picking up that bomb, denying a plant, and it will have to be the force fight here for Astralis. And Device, oh my goodness, through the door. He'll take Rops down. An advantage now, and they're going to try and scramble through the doors to try and collect the weapon here.
Looks good. The smoke will be deployed, but on the other side is Chris. So much impact in the first and poised to do the same in the second. They do have to... Oh my God, Glaive. Oh my God, Glaive! Carrigan caught out both in-game leaders of Astralis. One past, one present. Astralis, this does feel like a gift. My goodness, 2 quick kills. Device through the doors. They had the advantage, but it was so short-lived. Now it feels oh so good for Astralis. 3 members of Mouse, they gather, pull their resources towards short.
That's what we'd call a power play there. The initial kill comes through, and the CTs, they're still battling for this. Not going to work out at all, though. They give up their weaponry, and it's just going to be Voxic remaining with the scout. He'll drop down, and that's a guaranteed round now for Astralis. The opening scout tag through the mid doors. Glaive follows things up with the Desert Eagle, of course, and now
the hunt is on.
I don't think he'll be surviving this one. Device is in towards T-spawn.
Well, he's got no options now. The warning shot, looking to finish it with the Glock. Woxic hunted, $600 in the pockets of Zipex, and no preserved weaponry. It will be a very brutal... Losing your player so early, Rops. Let's see that again. He just gets caught on the cross. A second man across. Device did not choose to fire on the first.
Yeah. Did not use the smoke or the HE on the cross, and sometimes you will be punished for it. It's unlucky, to say the very least, but they'll take every advantage they can get. It'll have to be the force fire response. This has been the start of pretty much every map so far. No damage inflicted this time by Glaive, but he does get the follow-up tag towards Voxic. He was challenging from the bottom of the doors there, and he will take significant damage. Chris J creeping up towards the top of middle. M4 in hand as well.
He's really considering this. So much advantage towards the mousesports players, especially now, as he continues his push. There is the possibility of being spotted, and Carrigan does go down before any of the profits from Chris J's push can be found. But look at the way Dupree's approaching this. They've got the idea that there has been a push up, and Chris will get the first. It's SMGs versus M4. He has the advantage here, finds his 5th frag. Zipex trying to draw the fire. Ooh, high frozen, good to see it.
Narrowly avoids a dink to his teammate there, and he didn't have a helmet either. That would have been significant as another tag comes through. That's 2 shots to Voxic now, down to 10 HP. Rob's caught in a pretty awkward position, but can fall back. Spots a couple towards T-Spawn, just trying to whittle down that clock if possible. Astralis not phased though. They will be flashing through, and the MP9 to lead the way. Should be a kill here from Aegis. It absolutely is. And Voxic, 10 HP at the back of the B. Bombsty still landing shots here. They don't know how low he is.
Glaive finally finding one through the doors. My God, he's been a consistent fragging presence, or tagging presence, I should say. But Astralis, it does seem like they're setting their sights on A, and Chris J's aware of it. He's managed to get himself into a perfect position to do so. Woxic does manage to contribute, despite having 2 Astralis bullets lodged within him. It's a hard fight. Scout versus M4, and Glaive's not making any mistakes. Every bullet he's cheering mid-round, the madman.
The preemptive celebration here might be short-lived. 14 seconds remaining. 2 kills to his name, multiple tags found. Voxic still in the round for now. Can he nail this one? Not quite. As it will be a round confirmed for Astralis. An exciting finish, though, as we find ourselves going into round number 4. Has to be the full eco, as mousesports will have no money whatsoever. Things got a little bit dicey there, Alex, as Chris J pushing up towards top of middle. Had the M4 as well. He had a chance to get 2 frags, and Voxic wasn't missing much at all that scout, but lovely work from Glaive. Got about 6 hits off in that particular round. As we get into number 4 here, should be a pretty easy ride for Astralis.
That's your usual description of the scout, is it not? Not going to get too many kills, just going to tag them all up, and my goodness, he kept hitting those bullets. Look at the stack from Mouse. They're hoping to catch a inquisitive and aggressive T, and there is one coming. It's Dupree, but not late to the party. The crowd keen to see an eco stomp here. It has to be spotless. Perfectionists, the Great Danes, and so with absolutely nothing invested, mousesports, the only thing they have is their numbers, and they start to throw them straight into the clutches of Device. No issues. A 4. It's not quite as easy. Woxic makes sure of that. Short work of Device, no less. And Chris J, who's hiding in the corner, does manage to take 2 weapons away from the Astralis boys before the dust settles here on Dust. But that's it. 3 then to 1.
Nice work from Glaive. He is delivered in spades with that scout. He might even hold on to it going into this next gun round now. We're going to have a 3-1 lead for Astralis. A decent long spawn for Glaive as well, but as I mentioned, has the lesser of the sniper rivals here. It was the pounds towards long as Device with the double kill from range with that Krieg. No problem whatsoever. Now, Glaive, does he want to take that pick? I would say maybe not with the scout. It's a very difficult procedure. You need a headshot. You're very committed to the long pick, and he will stay towards D-spawn, trying to find the initial bit of damage there. Device does have the AWP as well, so Glaive will stick on his weapon. Device probes towards B. A difficult buy here for mousesports. No orb for Voxic. Opts for the M4 and utility instead.
Oh, gets a shot. Doesn't quite manage to find the target though, but the AWP shown towards B, and Device quick to relocate from that. Not gonna let Chris J's corner be occupied this time. Flames arrive. But Frozen is that rotator. He will be likely looking to respond. At the moment, he's being kept busy. Dupree leaping from short. A spurt of aggression after the silence of the first 30. And that's first blood drawn. Now they're forced to bunker down. It's a 2-man split for either side, either extremity of Dust2, and Astralis yet to choose their target.
A high-flying Dupree finds the advantage in CT spawn, and a B split looks very likely here. Chris J trying to isolate the position by holding by the smoke. Rob to pull one back. Nice position from Chris. Is it going to be enough, though? Difficult to find multiple frags from this spot.
They come. Chris J gets the first, allowed to fall off. However, he's lost his friend. Device made sure of that. Chris J dancing around. He's going to have to try and find another. What? Adjust the spray into Device, and the round should be concluded. Zipex just doesn't have the health. And the Flames haven't caught him. Chris just holding down. One more bullet will do it. Woxic arrives from behind, and mousesports will manage to close the gap. 3 still standing, and the second round secured.
It was looking so good for Astralis there. A perfect play to kick things off. The default into a slight A execution there. The flashbangs are effective enough to get Dupree down towards CT spawn. Pre-fires the position the CT's held. Got a 5-4 lead. They went into the B split. We said Chris J needed multiple frags here, and he certainly delivers on all fronts. That's a big round for them to pick up, but they did not recover the AWP, just to note that. Shots fired through the doors, and it's Robs taking most of the damage once again. A lot inflicted there towards mousesports. He's down to 48. Chris J in tow, we're down to 70. Krieg in hand, however.
Being a B player on Dust2, it's such a liability. You end up turning up to the site with half your health and without your smoke if you're throwing it yourself.
It's such an interesting and almost iconic mechanic,
isn't it?
Dust2.
A lot of people have fallen foul to that. Reminiscent by game of recent times was Stan. I think it was 6 times he died on the cross to B site.
There's been some crazy games of that. I remember one time Guardian, when they're playing against G2, having hit body 10 times on the cross.
Yeah.
It was nuts. And that flashbang, not ideal, I'll say that much, as we get into a long take here. Carrigan didn't have the best overpass. Can he deliver here? That's a nice burst kill, but the trade looks very likely indeed. He's been taken down to 6 points of power from Voxic in the open. Does get the ding, but it's not quite enough. This A split looking very successful, as Frozen will have to wait with the AK here. Looking for players all around him. He's got backup from Chris J. Will have to be the booster, Alex.
They can set him up, have the element of surprise. The smoke's not going to be the guys they hoped for, because now Device finds him. Frozen completely fractured from his teammate. There's nothing they can really get away with here. It would have to be Astralis feeding them frags, and quite the opposite. This Device does manage to sate his hunger. Some celebratory pre-fires, and that will be Astralis successfully taking the A site again. It is interesting that once they weather the storm of that first long hold, there is no one really vigilant on that short. Debris often just swinging out and getting that control. Makes it very difficult to come back from CT.
Well, this will be a difficult hold as well. Rob somehow manages avoiding certain depth at that point, and we'll see him go down eventually. Certainly worth the hunt there. It'll be Astralis picking up yet another round now. After losing the pistol, they find themselves with a 4-2 lead. It's going to be a tactical timeout here from mousesports as the money is broken. Third and final map. You can see the fatigue starting to set in. We really are getting there now. It's 1 a.m. here in Odense. Difficult to maintain top level, but Astralis are looking great right now.
Train feels so long ago.
That was a 2-hour map,
A 2-hour map of Counter-Strike. That's not common. Of course, contributing factors, technical issue, did certainly put a bit of a slowdown on things, and it did seem to truly affect the gameplay. I don't think that's just...
I agree.
I'm not just saying that.
And the casting almost.
And the casting. Honestly, give us some leeway after that one. But getting into the 7th round of our final map, it's time to see if mousesports can do anything with nothing. Just the Desert Eagle from Ropsy.
Yeah, that's about as interesting as it gets, I'm afraid. Smoke towards long, Device with a decent spawn. Hasn't got the AWP this time, the AK-47 though, great shot. Smoke down to provide cover as well. And he's not satisfied with just one, he wants to keep going here. Damage inflicted towards Voxic, who's sat in the smoke, surely not long for this world. Trying to sneak through and see if he can steal away the kill, but it's very unlikely with just a USB here.
Sipex, he's so oh no, wait!
There we go.
He gets the revenge! I'm sorry, that is so funny. 60 bullets thrown into the smoke, and Voxic punishes.
He gets away with it.
That's funny.
Well, won't be a massive contributing factor here, seeing as he didn't recover a weapon, but he does remove Zipex at least, and Device is spotted. Chris J towards short. Anyway, boost at middle. Often delivers a frag here. Will Glaive be cognizant of it?
They're on their way. And then away does connect. Nice, Rops with that only weapon. That Desert Eagle. They managed to get 2 frags out of this very small investment. It's certainly something, trying to keep Astralis honest. More bodies they drop. The less they can build up, you can see down to a reasonable time for CTs to start buying again. So 5-2 the score.
Well, finally, Voxic can bring out the AWP at least. So this is where the third map will really begin at this point. I don't think they can opt for a double up setup just yet. Chris J will have $4,400, but this is lovely work from Device. He's got the smoke, providing cover there towards long just as he commits. May just gets himself a freebie and Glaive to close things out. So, AW Voxic well really positioned himself. He's going towards long for now. It's a very common choke point of the map, and Majors will be committing as well. They'll throw the incendiary in, but they're so blind.
Oh, they did it again. First 5 seconds and first frag found, and through the smoke, Majesty's trying to connect the spray. Dupree's with him. They take the long control, they take it by force. Chris J does manage to get one back, as does Rops. And so they know where the main body of the assault was, but they are forced to decelerate. Bomb left towards Suicide. And mousesports, after conceding the opening frags, it looked like it was going to be a dreary finish for them. And ooh,
what a shot that is. That's the AWP removed.
Voxic, he's got the reaction speed, the very tippy top of Counter-Strike, but still couldn't handle Magist. Around the smoke, and Christian's going to get more than one. A double kill. Dupree's there as well, but he's been able to escape. He can just play the time here, tuck in. Actually upgrades to the AWP. He can just hold a line he's happy with. Dupree, though, perfectly positioned to at least find the first and a chance for the second. It's not good enough. Rops with an M4, no less, wins the duel versus the AK.
What a recovery that was from mousesports. It looked destined to be an Astralis round there. Opening picks towards long, a couple of kills in that position. And then Astralis dropping the ball slightly, I have to say. The fact that Device is fully committing towards B. I know what he's trying to do, stop the rotation from Rops. But again, we saw that on overpass. The rounds they were giving away was where players are being overzealous in certain situations when they had advantages and not playing together and maybe getting a little bit carried away. But don't take anything away from mousesports there. Chris J saving the day after being spotted on the A ramp, using the smoke to his advantage, getting that double kill, and managing to stay alive just long enough to bring it down to the 1 versus 1, where Robs could reposition and somehow at range with the M4 out-duel Dupree.
You saw how little he could see of Dupree as well.
Right?
That is not easy. The 9th round commences, and we will be seeing just the one AWP in play on the server. It is on the T side. See if Device can do what Glaive was, catching them through the doors with the scout. Now he's got the bigger zoom banger. Let's see if he can find something. They do smoke the cross this time, though, so he won't have that cue to fire off his shot.
Both teams feeling the financial woes here. MP9 down the CT side. A stack towards short. No AWP available from the CTs. Device has his, but only a couple of rifles behind him. Towards short they go. It's a reposition from Frozen. A nice thing to kick things off. And it will be an exchange with the MP9. The incendiary drops as well. They bought time. They've got the advantage. Mage is removed. And Voxic, he's not happy with that. They're going to flash on the corner with this SMG. It cost them that lead, though. Back to the 4-on-4. And for now, 2 smokes remain. A couple of flashbangs, and Chris J and Frozen wait patiently towards that A bomb site. Rob's alone towards B, and Carrigan. He patrols long. Haven't said his name a lot in the last hour or so.
Glaive did an incredible play towards that very spot towards long. Not too long ago, baiting out close quarters CZ75. And speaking of, that's what Zepex is currently equipped with on Carrigan. He decides to bring the fight to Glaive. Does chip away at his health, but 38 seconds and Chris J's got it all to do. Frozen supporting him from long, he can't even find the first. Clinical from Dupree, the site is his, likely the round as well.
Well, they know Frozen has to be there somewhere, so they're going to go for a safe plant. It's a 4-on-2 lead, Frozen and Rops. So far removed from this situation. Device, no stranger to this angle. He'll be checking this one, takes Frozen down, and it's going to be a clean sweep here from Astralis. We've got Rops on the other side of the map. They know he plays there. He's let them know a few times in towards that B bomb site, so we'll have to save the weapon once again. It's Glaive, normally the insatiable one who goes for the hunt. He's in towards T-spawn right now. And we'll see whether he can actually sniff Rops out. This was a difficult round for both teams to invest in. Remember, 3 rifles on the CT side for 2 MP9s. They got the opening kill, but went for the aggressive re-peek with the flashbang. Didn't work out for them, and the floodgates opened. Only getting 1 kill in the round. Rops will survive. But what can they really do with that going forward? Because it's $1,900 per player going forward now. It's because that's going to be pretty much an eco, because you can buy next round. Can't really bring much more than a P250 out.
Yeah,
the
way in which they've won their rounds, it was like a pistol win, then lost 3, won the 5th, lost 2, won the 8th, just
Scrappy
lost
wins
1.
as well,
We've seen 1 AWP in the hands of Woxic in 9 rounds of play, into the 10th now.
Dust2 can be brutal like that. I've seen plenty of games where Kenny S won't get the AWP until round 12, for example, because the game's so back and forth, and you're on the CT side, you can't really get going. Compromises to be made, and for now it is a full eco. No P250s, just the Rops M4. And another ding. These guys have been good at causing damage with the USP here, but no kills found so far. It's Astralis with a clean sheets and Dupree. That's a really nice shot towards short. Rops, last player alive. They know he survived the previous round, so normally plays towards B. That's clear for now. May just confirms it. Rops will have to try and just get 1 kill here towards middle. His aim has been very good today. Continues to be so as he'll get Glaive, but at this point he'll be going down momentarily. There it is, 7-3 to Astralis. mousesports took a hard eco there, and they can afford the AWP pretty much on the nose. It's the AWP armor only for Voxic here. They haven't had the chance for a double AWP setup yet, just haven't had the resources. Any round they win is this answer back straight away.
I mean, this is Astralis' perfect answer to the powerful CT setups the mousesports can have. It's not been impossible at this point in time. Chris J, Woxic, such a dastardly duo with those defensive double orcs, but it's not been possible. Now, let's see, with the weapons back in their grasp, if Device... Ooh, that was a little too much to ask. He was going aggressive, the smoke arrived, and...
It's because they know the money's a bit of a problem on the CT side right now. There's a chance they won't have the utility. They didn't have the incendiary with the smoke down, segregated them so much. They could hear the spray coming through. Fall better of it. You can always cancel a B-rush, Alex. Never be afraid to do so. If it doesn't feel right, the first player stops, everyone has to fall back. But they were hoping the incendiary wouldn't land, but the smoke was a bit too powerful for them. It was a good call, though.
Yeah,
I don't mind the B-rush
yeah,
when you know
cool.
the money's broken.
Know that you can exploit that absence of utility. Well, there was a smoke grenade, and so we return to the other side of the map. They have a two-man setup here. It's the tucked in on the blue bin Frozen. And Carrigan will be the first contact. Just the head will be visible. Frozen playing anti-flash, so all of this utility that Astralis are currently setting up for won't be finding too much. In fact, wow, that flash arrived right in front of the face of Dupree. It will be slowed down, and another one arrives, this time from Carrigan.
He's trying to bait him in the best he can, firing off shots here. And the swing from Frozen, good for one, but Carrigan has to deliver here. Needs at least 2 frags, he's got that. It's a 3-on-2 lead, but not for long. Now Robson, Chris J, the B players having to rotate. Chris J fast up towards shore, however, but a good smoke should enable a plant here. But Device, he's at the crossover right now. Does he just throw the bomb over? I think he does.
Good
collected,
throw, and
good arms.
Retrieved.
Oh, be careful.
That's a very open plant, but he's not going to be punished. Chris J, he wounds him. May not be enough, especially when Device is hitting shots like that. They're tagged. Chris J does zip up the body bag on one. 12 seconds for Device to retrieve that bomb and plant safely. He does start that process now. Chris J trying to draw the fire, ensure it's a full plan, and now Device gets the info. This should be his. Chris has got to be so precise on his adjustments.
Oh no.
He's fallen off. Device gets that info too. 3 frags from Device. He's looking for the 4th, a chance, but it's been squandered. Just the tip of his head. Showing Chris J. He always steps up when he has to for mousesports.
He does, doesn't he? Every single time it feels like. He's saved them twice now, and rounds that looked impossible for them. He even drops down there, I don't think by design. Falls off the ledge, somehow gets an opportunity with a couple of bullets left at his M4 to close things out. Recovers the AWP as they scrape around together. It's 7-4 now, entering round 12. Tactical timeout on the Astralis side. Sonic commented in the interview, he felt the communication was off in the first map. It definitely was. That was not a team we're used to seeing. Some very odd T rounds there. Both teams looked a little bit dejected, I would say, a little bit flat, and not watching flanks and just getting exposed time and time again. As we get into the next round here, Astralis do have cash. Zipex will be dropping an AWP over to Device. Top of the scoreboard right now, 16-6. He had a slow first map on Train, but...
Here's another point for you, though. Yes, mousesports, they find another round, but it's a 1 versus 1.
Yep, absolutely.
It's that feeling of victory, but it's bittersweet. Chris J, this was sweet. Look at that shot. My goodness. But now, coming into this, it's still going to be a very, very well-equipped Danish squad. And they're throwing FAMASs at them. 1 smoke is all Carrigan can bring into the round, and Ropsy's going to be taking a little lead with him to the B site. Smoke towards the corner, that's to stop Woxic, and flashes as well. They're taking long. Nothing Woxic can do but flash and retreat. Doesn't have time to tuck in on the site, and so forced to hold the Aggie line.
Yeah, these long takes have been difficult to contain, from Astralis. Every single time, the flashbangs, he's spot on. Carrigan there alone this time, he's removed, and like you said, it's a difficult buy, as the AWP will be set up towards long. That is so ideal. It's textbook Dust2 play. You get long control, leave the AWP there alone, and then you go for the pincer mover towards shore. That's when you can really get a stranglehold on the CT defense. This is what we talk about reactive play now from the defense. We need to see some sort of control elsewhere. Are they going to push towards B? Do they kind of batten down the hatches towards shore? Right now, nothing really interesting to report. They're holding up, and so are Astralis. Woxic has got the AWP. He waits towards the short ledge, but no one pushing for information right now. They wait patiently.
So the suggestion of short presence with an Xbox smoke, but Woxic is responsible for that. Chris J's taken the hard work, the hard task, some would say impossible. Smokes arrive, wants to just find the edge of them, and actually good damage. Brings Zipex down to a respectable 50, 30 seconds on the clock, and Chris J's not going to re-advance just yet. Instead, a smoke of his own design. There's a gap as well from Astralis, but he can't do anything when Glaive finds that shot so quick. Woxic tagging up one, but he can't find the finish. Dupree exceptional. The bomb can go down. This will be Astralis 8th.
It's so agonizing for mousesports. Every time they win a round, it goes down to a one-on-one. They have to limp into the following round at that point. Then it's a disaster. The long control is too strong here from Astralis, and you just don't have the utility. You don't have everyone with incendiaries there. It's very difficult to contain a full long take without absolutely everything you require. And that time, Carrigan alone removed. It gave long control to Astralis, and they were very patient, very methodical with their approach there. Chris J had an opportunity with the same off angle he used before. Managed to do a bit of damage there, but ultimately smoked out. Had to remove himself towards CT spawn. And the bomb will go off here. 5 players survive for Astralis. Frozen and Rops saving for masses.
Frozen very quiet on this defense. He's been having his issues. Of course, we talked about Long. We've seen him float in middle as well, but very little middle presence actually coming from Astralis. Typically, you see other T sides where, you know, their default, they'll end up with 3 players posturing middle. This has not been the case. Astralis, they've identified a weakness. It is in Long.
It's ruined, Alex. $2,000 on Voxic. Can't get going, considered to be one of the strongest snipers in the game on Dust2, but he's only had a couple of opportunities so far, and they're always hamstrung approaches with no helmets or no utility. A double AWP setup would be great, but they haven't even had that option yet. It hasn't even become available to them. You need a few rounds in a row. Voxic, he can feel this one slipping away. Damage done on the cross once again, this time not as significant. They go for a 4-man stack towards B. This could be a good call. Astralis attempted the B rush before, remember. They had to cancel it. Device waits patiently. AWP there. Grenade will go behind him. Tickles his back there. So just one player towards the A side of the map there. They drop a smoke in middle to deny vision from Astralis. So they could go for a B split here, but 4 CTs reside.
I mean, it's a gamble stack. All the chips pushed to the center of the table, but there is a chance. Dribble smoke. They'll be throwing utility through it. Dupree on the prowl. He could really just throw this one completely into dire straits, and oh, so clean on the first. The second 2, Woxic just with a P250, and him and Chris J, with their powers combined, a weapon retrieved, and the bomb is on its way out of there. Does catch him, Woxic on the spread. Chris J, for the first time, I think, this game, has an AWP in his hands. Very excited for that one. Round 13. Astralis, they have battered this economy of Mouse. A quick recap of where those 4 rounds came from. They won the pistol. Yep. It was then 4 rounds later, they managed to find their second round, and it's been spread out since then.
And think about the rounds they've won. Not a single one has been convincing. It's been 2 Chris J clutches, and rounds they probably shouldn't have won, to be honest with you. And they've had 1 single round where they've had a player survive as well. And it's just not looking good. Financially, the scoreboard's starting to fall apart now. Chris J doesn't look like he was saving the AWP at all. Leaping out of the B bomb site, has to hit every single shot with 27 HP. I don't think they're going to allow that to happen. And there it is, the AWP removed.
You got to try it out.
You got to give it a go. Fired off 1 shot at least.
It's like, I wouldn't mind one of those, actually.
This is starting to fall apart. They got Frozen 2 and 12, Carrigan 4 and 12. Players just starting to get quieter and quieter here. Dupree, anything but. Fantastic work towards B. Through the window. And the AWP's out for Voxic again. He is top fragging, not quite. It's Chris J at the top with 14. And trying to shut down that long approach. Will this be enough? Same smokes and flashes down, but he can confirm that that position is at least clear for now. Flashes once again, Chris J takes down Dupree, trying to help himself towards middle.
Doing everything he can to pull mousesports into a round. An early advantage, though. 9-6 doesn't sound all too bad after what has been such a brutal economic pill to swallow. A real chance to stabilize. T-side of Dust2, been known to take heavy advantages. We've seen crazy comebacks from the T-side before. Just going to be tagged through that smoke, and he'll respond. Significant advantage to mousesports now. Looking to dig their heels in, a 2-man hold towards mid at this moment in time. Frozen, so absent on this side, but he could make so much impact here if he stood his ground. Will fall off instead. Realizing that the more the clock ticks away, the more this advantage is extended.
Towards the final play here from Astralis, they have 3 players positioned towards the short. And with 1 towards middle. Voxic in a decent spot here. Can he finally make this AWP sing? He gets a chance but misses the shot here. And now they'll make their way towards the A side. Molotov's coming in in pairs. He's going to be flushed out. He has to take his shot. Device is ready and waiting. They take the lead once again. And it's Glaive going back towards B. Rops is there. He's been strong in this bomb site. And Glaive being so low, he'll be able to take one down here. His teammates need to arrive to trade it out, and they actually might do so.
They've left Zipex, and so it's only going to be 3. Time on his side. He can't find the shots. That was all on them. Now they can get the bomb down with just 1 second to spare. Zipex caught. That's a way in. Magisk is low. Let's not forget about that, but it's not stopping Device. An aggressive peek, exactly what he had to do. 3 frags in the round for the Danish AWPer. Carrigan, though, up against a foe he's all too familiar with. No kit, and therefore has to consider his options, weigh up the odds. It's not looking fantastic. Has retrieved it.
Got a flash. But 2 kills to find a bomb to defuse. This will be a great effort. It's Device with the Desert Eagle. Great reactive play there from Astralis. Sensing there were multiple targets towards A, they rotate. Glaive makes his way bravely in towards the B bomb site. Rops had to find, even just 1 kill might have been enough considering how low the clock was, but Device and his Desert Eagle finds his 20th frag there. Astralis up 10-4. And mousesports, they really haven't had the best showing here on the CT side of Dust2. Not a single double AWP setup.
Look at this.
Multiple rounds in a row. The auto snipers are out. And this is the one round they don't do any damage.
The one time with AKs, scouts, they would find bodies and tags where, oh my God, that is ungodly. Quickly responded though, as they exit from the tunnels. Frozen gets a ridiculous connection. That's something. It's something, but what else?
Wow, that's through the door towards T-spawn of a scout.
Yeah, you don't see that every day. And jumping across, a chance presents itself to repeat his success, but will fall into a more passive hold. Again, towards B, they want to probe. Oh, another tag with the scout. Frozen coming online. Crucial moment, Woxic considering an advance here, but he knows Zipex could be up to his usual tricks, left to his own devices all the time. Info, and will fall back.
Final round of the first half here. Good damage dealt, and Frozen, another sensational shot. He's had a quiet showing so far in Dust2, but he might be able to save the day in round 15, down to 7 points of health, trying to stay alive here. His teammates dropping there, they know exactly where he is. 1 bullet lands, he's gonna go down, and he knows it as well. Mages trying to finish things off, but Carrigan saves him. There might be a chance here. With 30 seconds remaining, it's Rob to the Desert Eagle, and now just Zipex, who will spot one. Can he nail it? He absolutely cannot. It's Carrigan, who will find a couple of frags towards the end, and give them a respectable scoreline, Alex. 10-5 might be doable here.
They can work with that, Henry. 1 final half remains before we confirm the grand finalists. Fnatic waiting in the wings for either Mouse or Astralis. We'll find out who when we return. A packed crowd into the early hours of the very next day. Happy Sunday, Odense. We appreciate you, and we'll see how Astralis fare. They've got the fanfare, that's for sure. We're heading into our second half. I'm Machine, I'm joined by Henry G, and this is going to determine who Fnatic face tomorrow in our grand finals. They brought the pain on train. mousesports could not overcome on overpass, and now we'll see if they can do what they must on Dust.
Ladies and gentlemen, your final half of the evening. Let's make some noise. It's 10-5 at half. mousesports, they'll desperately need to pick this one up. They'll be facing USPs across the board, Zipex with the defuse kit, and we've got a couple of smokes and flashes on the mousesports side as well. They're making their way towards long. A quick take, and Glaive ready to receive the flashbangs. Has his back turned. He's ready to fight now. He'll have to fall back. He's got his teammate towards Car, trying to bait Device in, suggesting he's the only player there.
And they're still committing. Chris J, precise on the first, will jump to check it, and it doesn't stop Device finding one, but advantage maintained for Mouse. Rop's going to be the spearhead of this assault, and precise into Dupree. Goes hunting, gets another. This should be the mousesports pistol. Clean as you like. 4 bodies dropped from Astralis Magisk. Surely not long for this world either. Down to 50.
Yeah, looks like we might be done here. Very successful approach there from mousesports. They did everything absolutely perfectly at that stage. Decent long control. They weren't baited at all by the car position. And the fact that Chris J jumps across that spot, that's so key. Because at that point, Device can't find multiple frags. He has to adjust his crosshair way up in the air. He can't just tap away at players running by him. So that's very well done from Chris as he manages to actually... They didn't found only 1 kill, as Rops have got the majority of them. Chris J did most of the heavy lifting in the first half. 16 kills to his name. 2 clutches for them.
I mean, he was the only one in double digits. Rops changes that now with 2 crucial kills. You can see that lead. You can see Device getting immediately caught. It was actually 3, I believe, from Rops at the end. You can see the third just finishing what his teammates had started. And so they get the pistol. That is step 1 to manufacturing a comeback. And you can see the odds definitely indicative of the favorite. Aggression towards the lower tons, actually. Glaive with a CZ. He could tuck himself in here, and a fight given to Dupree. He leaves with a black eye, but his heart's still beating. Solo on B for now. Tag again, this time in favor of Astralis. Device using that scout. There's 2 of them in play for the Danes, and Chris J is going to get an easy catch onto Glaive. They had the call, they must have, or at least being very thorough.
Well, Magisk will have a chance now with a scout. Boosted up, looking towards lower B. Might be an opportunity here. Chris J smoking the mid doors, denying vision for Device. Just trying to keep the attention on his side. Another tag comes through. That's Carrigan down to 32 now. Just trying to soften things up.
Chipping away every single time. Device, not quite so lucky this time, and mousesports respond in kind. 5 versus 4. Chris J doing some subtraction here, and he continues. Easy maths for the Dutch. Get that bomb down. The round 1, just Dupree and Device left to maintain whatever they brought into the round. It will be a Desert Eagle and a Kevlar vest. mousesports, they passed their second test. There's more where that came from, though.
Well, that Force spike didn't lead to too much. Lots of damage inflicted, but now only 2 players survived. Device and Dupree holding on to the little they've got. It's a Scout and a Desert Eagle. Astralis normally so deadly in these sort of rounds. Unable to take any casualties down with them, though. We'll see whether this Chris J to complete the ace, potentially 3 kills to his name so far. All falling back, though. There's no real reason to hunt. They've got the rifles. They know it's just pistols on the CT side. Let them save the little they have. But here we go. mousesports now on the comeback trail. Has to be the eco going forward for Astralis, and not really much can be invested around these 2 safe weapons. It's Dupree with Deagle and armor. Device can go for the T-spawn pick once again, but it's unlikely anyone challenges him. Maybe Robs with the Krieg. But that's pretty much all they can really hope for here.
Frozen's going to treat himself to the MAC-10. So he's likely going to be bopping around. Let's see that catch on Glaive. They did manage to draw him in. And Chris, not only did he try and bait him with the shoulder, he put his crosshair where he would swing on that, with that CZ. He played it so well. 3 kills from Chris J. And yes, you could dismiss them as being up against the Force, but so many rounds squandered up against buys like that. Woxic was waiting. Good catch. Takes that Scout out of the round immediately, and he's not quite done. Another frag. Perhaps going to catch them unawares with his push, though. Frozen likely going to leap around the corner. And it is clean and quick, similar to a Saturday night at Henry's.
Let's not get into that, shall we? Zipex will be removed, and it's going to be a mousesports 3-0 start in the second half. We said that's exactly what they needed, and they've delivered on all fronts. Finally, they're the ones who have some cash in reserve. They can actually be the ones in control of the pacing here, but it's a double orb setup to kick things off for Astralis. We didn't see that once from mousesports.
It's kind of comical, isn't it?
Yeah.
Straight off the bat, they get what mousesports sought for the entire first half. Dupree quite literally shaken.
Yeah, some great shots there from Voxic, but it was just against that Scout and Deagle combo. Dupree, secondary orb towards B. No armor to his name. Only the back of the side like a turret. 4 players in the tunnels for now for mousesports. Now where do they finish up? They have no one towards long or short. The B split looks imminent. Magisk and Zipex are both towards CT spawn. They're ready for this.
Couldn't be more ready. That smoke could favor Mouse, though, if they want to adapt their maneuver, but with a bomb on the back of Chris, it's likely still going to be a B finish. Nice nade. Will make the job of the M4 all that easier onto Woxic. Astralis, they've got their pieces in the puzzle in the right place. 3 members.
Yeah, they're reading this very well. There's been no presence towards short, long, and here comes the B split now. The smokes will be committed. Carrigan and Voxic to try and take the attention away from the tunnel, but Dupree, it's a great shot, and now they've got to try and push through the flames. It's not looking good for mousesports here. Zipex will get the second kill. They know exactly what's up at this point. 5 on 3, and they're going to have to limp in towards a B bomb side. Dupree's going to get certainly at least 1, and looking for multiple kills here. It looks very good for Astralis. Can anything be done here?
Doesn't seem like it. Dupree, he has done so much work for Astralis there. Love the setup he had, and with 1 HP to spare, he will continue to stare down towards the tunnels. Just Rops with 25 seconds to maintain his low HP Krieg. Astralis, you know how patient they are, though. They're not going to be making any steps to give him a way into this. It's just going to be holding the line. Dupree confirms it. 1 HP, no armor, doesn't matter. 3 kills. As his third comes in.
That's okay for mousesports, so that's a very common approach. You get the 3-0, you know the money's going to be relatively low on the CT side after the force buy in the second. You go for a set piece, an objective off the very get-go, knowing you've got some lesser weapons out there. You're trying to punish the fact they don't necessarily have all their utility. So went for a fast B split. It was just very well managed by Astralis there. They dropped the incendiaries at the perfect time. Any pace they had in mind completely shut down there. They had 2 players towards CT spawn. It was just a lack of presence towards long at the start of the round and towards short as well. Maybe had to run a bit of a default to kick things off there as Dupree gets 3 incredible shots here with the sniper rifle, holding on strong, and Zipex, a quiet game from him. That was only his 4th frag, but Dupree, with no armor, takes care of business, survives on 1 HP, and closes things out as well. Round 20 coming up. Money certainly not an issue for mousesports here, and they've got a very decent long spawn, and it's the right man for the job as well. Voxic with the AWP, making his way towards long. He is going to be challenged by Glaive.
Running anti-flash, and just enough to get that molly off in time. But it's not quite deep enough, and so they come in for the re-challenge. A missed shot. Smoke arrives, he'll be forced to fall back. And it's Device's ult that finds blood first.
Double orb setup. It's a very powerful approach on the CT side of Dust2. As you can see right now, Dupree and Device, the double D combo. Doing all the work right now. Bombs down towards T-spawn. Frozen trying to make his way out the long doors here. They're preemptively firing towards Glaive's position. They'd be right to do so. They at least take him down, isolated behind the long doors. A chance to win now as Robs. He's already made his way through, but Dupree so quick with this sniper. Continues to find advantages here. 4 versus 2 now. Still maybe one more buy in the bank for mousesports. Can't even think about getting the bomb down here.
He's going to get caught out on his aggression. Uncharacteristic. And Chris J realizes there could be a gap for him to exploit. Tries to fake it, but Dupree immediately gets confirmation that that is not the case. He can now be responsible for that. Zipex, with only the UMP, he holds his ground, he holds his nerve. Chris J's thrust into a 1 versus 3. Nowhere to go, at least not advancing forward. The Flames ensure of that.
That was such a key frag there from Zipex, and an even more important follow-up incendiary as well. The fact he can actually buy some time and fall back on his low HP, recover the Krieg. And now, as you mentioned, a 3 versus 1. Nice work from Chris, but he takes significant damage in his campaign towards the B bomb side. Pretty much his only option at this point. Well managed though, Astralis will keep both orbs up. 4 kills combined between the two of them. And as I said, there's one more buy available for mousesports, but time is running out. They are 12-8 down in the 3rd and final map here. They'll have to buy up what they can. It'll be a mixture of SMGs, Galils, maybe 1 sniper rifle available. Dupree, though, looking very sharp.
Yeah, and that's it. That's the 90-second mark. They're thrown immediately into a 3 versus 5. First 2 challenges into those orbs, and it's the orbs as well to finish. You can see the call from Carrigan. Wants to throw a bit of pace into this one, at least a flashbang and a face. Forces Dupree to turn away and into the smoke. He fires a shot. Magisk is there as well. Oh, it's a massacre.
Oh,
they
dear.
can't get in. A big fat stop sign and 4 fat kills. There's nothing they can do. Glaive's already on the flank. Woxic unlikely to preserve his AWP. He's going to have his knife out around the corner. Fires the first and won't find the second. Glaive can finish this right here, right now, and he does so.
That's a demoralizing round for mousesports. When you call the B rush and it doesn't work out at all, you don't even get out of the main choke points of the B area. That's when you start thinking, well, why did we make that call? Why did we throw away that gun round in such a pivotal moment of the game itself? Dupree, he dodges the flashbang and the smoke is down. That's the difference maker. You can see they're going out 1 by 1. They're so committed to that stage. And we saw Astralis approach the B rush before in the first half. Remember, as soon as they saw the smoke, they cancelled it for that very reason.
You get to see what happens the other side of the coin. A disaster for mousesports at a crucial juncture of this semi-final. Now, once again, familiar territory, not only in conceding the opening frag, but onto the pistols again and through the smoke. Magisk, he finds more than he bargained for. The last of the spray. He has time to adjust. And Astralis and CT lockouts. It's happening again.
It really is.
After mousesports, they win the pistol. This time they converted. It felt a little better. They got the finances, but cannot weather this storm. As soon as Astralis get their CT side going, it's just flowing. Mousesports T side, it's just not been able to break through. 2 maps back to back.
That's both pistol victories for mousesports, finding themselves a 14-8 deficit here. Magis just spraying them down, having a good time through the smoke. A couple of kills here.
This one, boop.
That will do. And money has been saved for this moment here. It's the final timeout for mousesports. 14-8. Money is in an okay position. They can bring out an AWP, but Chris J would have to drop it or use it himself. It all comes down to this. They have got loss bonus behind them for sure, but they need to start getting some plants here. We haven't seen the bomb go down since the 2nd round for mousesports. They'll bring out the Kriegs. Woxic doesn't have the AWP just yet. Chris J, 22 kills.
He's given it all he's got, Captain.
His closest rival on his team is going to be Robs and Woxic on 11 kills apiece. They need Carrigan and Frozen to turn up here. Frozen, when he's on, but you notice it when he's having a quiet game.
Oh, definitely an absence felt for Mouse at this point.
Oh!
What is
no.
that from Dupree?
Oh, no. That must be some sort of lineup he's got.
Yeah,
That's
and he's
absolutely
taken out
wild.
the hard hitter. That's Chris J. He's been the shining light, the beacon for mousesports.
Get the replay of that, how he lined it up, what he did there.
So quick, so efficient. Chris J doesn't get a look in. Unbelievable scenes. Glaive can tuck in on long.
Oh, so gutting for Chris.
Oh, not only, so you could, let me just add up some of the most heart-wrenching losses for mousesports. They try their full buy, they throw it at B, the round is over in a blink of an eye. And now you've lost Chris J before you can even start your T side.
Yeah, He's been your star player on Dust2, and he's removed in the first 5 seconds of the round, courtesy of a wallbang headshot. You don't see those too often.
Jeez.
So what's the reaction here? They'll go for the CT spawn smokes. Looks like a committed B split to me. If you're trucking 2 smokes down, you pretty much have to go for it. It's not even a split. All 4 players making their way up towards the B doors here. Dupree hasn't missed many shots so far, but he's going to have to be absolutely stellar here. First one is absolutely nailed. 3 versus 3, but does he know that everyone's outside? He can't do this. It's another one for him, a 2-on-2. Frozen and Voxic finally have a bit of wiggle room, and the bomb's been planted for the first time in a very long while.
Can they profit from this advantage? Closing in Glaive completely unannounced, pushes through. Woxic, he's done so much in this round. In the absence of Chris, he has to step up to the plate, and he has. Not necessarily confirmed yet. Device may have something to say about it, but Woxic, quad kill, and the 9th for Mouse. They break their silence. It was 4 on the trot for the Danes. They've built up a lovely little bank account, but mousesports not going to bend the knee just yet. Let's see it from Dupree's POV.
Okay, it didn't seem to be much science behind the lineup, but it was a fantastic opening kill. Doesn't equate to a round victory. Once again, we have got the long swarm of Voxic. Let's jump on board with him and see where he can open things up once again. He's going to be taking it. He's got the Krieg in hand. No AWP. Flashbang committed here, but 4 CTs on the other side here. They're really looking to challenge this one. It's Mages. He'll be taking off the head of Voxic now. His teammates have to follow things up. Frozen finally coming online here. Can he get a double kill? Damage inflicted. Carrigan will give them the lead, but can they hold on to it? Absolutely they can. 4 versus 2.
Corpses lit along and heavily in favor of the T's. Now they can really slow it down. In fact, look at the position of Chris J. He's the one with the explosives.
They're actually going to stack the A side with those double orbs. They know they need those going forward. Money will be in a compromised position, but if they save the orbs, there's still something left. Holding towards short and CT spawn.
Just a matter of time now before this 10th is confirmed for Mouse. They're going to potentially be tested by Dupree because he's not done yet. He's actually crossing back towards the B site, and he hasn't been caught just yet. Could catch the cross. I think that scope may have been heard though, because Kerrigan can react. Yep, fires off a couple of shots. They'll be patient, waiting for Rops to profit, and that's the shot they were waiting for. Now the bomb can go down. Smoke deployed, Frozen on the hunt, and a missed shot from Device. No orbs preserved. And just something, a little light at the end of the T-side tunnel for Mouse.
Yeah, they needed that. It's going to give them double digits. Down but not out, that's for sure. Utilizing that long spawn, it was Voxic that led the charge. It looked like it was going to fall apart there with the first kill coming in from Mages, but well held. Everyone committing behind him and making sure they traded out the kills. And at that point, helping themselves towards those AWPs as well. They're going to have Voxic, 15 kills his name, slowly but surely getting stronger and stronger. Damage given towards Glaive there at 74 on this eco round. You can see a couple of USPs, only Mages with deagle and armor. As mousesports looks to stabilize here. Molotov towards B. Just trying to feel the map out, see what they're up against.
Voxic first. Of a potential many. Chris, nice catch as well onto Device. Looks like it is going to be the freebie that it initially appeared to be. As finally Astralis are forced and humbled into an eco.
They had enough for a buy here, but they feel like they got a nice buffer of rounds. They might as well wait until they get the full buyout once again. There's no requirement to win this one, so not even really a partial investment there. A few deagles, a couple of sets of Kevlar, that's about it. Zipex left in a 5-on-1, but that's round confirmed. mousesports making sure they don't give anything away at this point. You can see they're being very careful on their approach towards B, confirming all is clear.
Definitely can't blame them for that. Even checking that corner before planting. Carrigan. So thorough. Zipex actually does manage to find something, stops it from being a spotless round, but no worries. And they start to string a couple together. Just the 2 of them, now the 3rd.
This is where they wanted to be on the Astralis side. The eco to bring out the double orbs once again. You can't blame him. Device, 25 kills. Dupree, 22.
We saw how easy those double kills came.
Yeah, absolutely. Wants to play from mousesports now. Rattled from the drop-down approach from the wallbang. It'll be Carrigan to give it a go this time. Picking at the pace. Flashbangs through the mid-doors. Robs will be pushed back by the incendiary. Aggressive nature from Zipex here, but things should quieten down. Going for the long take once again. Only one player there. It's going to be Mages towards the pit.
That's the Chance at the first, but only the dink. Chris J, he lives on. He's likely going to want to throw all of that utility. He's got a boatload of it, but his teammates don't. So this is interesting. He's going to be given the AWP, and he's responsible for so much here. If he just goes down, oh, a missed shot from Device. He lives on again, denying death. And the death-defying peak. Tagging up Device. They're making things real hot and bothered for him. Quite literally, as the Molotov does fade.
Glaive gets himself in a nice position, though. We talk about reactive play on Dust2 all the time. They lost that opening pick. He's trying to find an advantage where he can. Makes his way back towards short. There are 4 mousesports players out of long. We've got Carrigan towards lower B. Good Molotov. That will flush Device out. Maybe he can sit behind these flames, though. This could save him.
Chris J actually finds another one. My goodness. Advantage heavily favoring Mouse, but things still could go awry. 30 seconds, Device on that car. They get confirmation. They know he's still there, still standing his ground. And Chris J, my God, that's enough. Finally caught. 25 seconds. Glaive has an AWP. With only a smoke, things could get real dicey. Glaive's going to actually drop down. He's got a bit of a read, and it's completely wrong. This is a gift for mousesports. 14 seconds. Glaive looks to try and solve this problem with a nade. It's not going to do enough damage. 9 seconds, he's caught. Where's that bomb? Needs to be going down. Woxic will make sure it happens.
Okay, I was about to say, what's happening with the bomb situation right now? Had Glaive held his post on the A side, could have had a chance to deny things. Even if he went down, it could have been enough just to get the clock beneath 4. But doubting himself, thinking he had to go join the likes of Zipex towards B. Tried to adjust, tried to get the grenade on the side. Wasn't quite enough, and mousesports still alive and kicking here in the semi-finals. It's going to be 14-12. Zipex might not be able to save this M4. They know they have to remove it from his hands here. Starting to encroach on his position. 22 HP, this is actually pivotal. He has an M4 in the next round they could partially buy. He gets another frag, but surely finished off now. Indeed he is. Robs will get it, and we'll get into a 4-round spree from mousesports here. Coming back to life on Dust2, and they've got that long spawn again for Robs, and I dare say they'll take it. As Astralis, they might have to take another eco at this point.
Mousesports are thanking their lucky stars. They have Chris J in their ranks. He gets 3.
That's insane. The shot towards Device as well. Of course, it's the wallbang.
Perfect. They were throwing bottles of flame. It took so long. Device, he stood his ground, a live lord. But another broken Astralis. Because of the priority they're putting on those double AWPs, they are not necessarily building the funds in the same way they would. Another eco and another chance to close this gap.
This has been a long and arduous path for both teams in this semi-final. It kicked off with a 2-hour affair on D-Train, and we find ourselves at the very bookend of Dust2. Astralis looked like they were guaranteed a place in the grand finals, but now a full eco. USPs, P250s, a few HE grenades. Mousesports could steal this final map away. There is a chance at this point. It's looking good. They've got lots of money. Can't say the same for Astralis. They'll throw the grenades towards long. Not a bad approach. Rops goes down. Device trying to hunt the weapon down, and Carrigan, he'll make sure that can't be possible. So nice work from him.
Just in the nick of time as Device starts his sweep. Make that weapon unobtainable. And perhaps the round in kind. So reserved. Look at that mini-map right now. That is mousesports looking to not fall foul to this pistol buy. This might be the boost from Astralis. They don't necessarily always jump up, and yeah, they'll hold it.
Anything to get a cheeky kill and fall back and maintain the advantage. It's possible they can win this. They still have an HE grenade. One just thrown away. 1 minute on the clock. Still looking good for mousesports. With this position, it could yield a lot of fruit for Device. If he gets a single kill and drops down, it will throw a spanner in the works here. Now, what's their approach? Do they execute or contact play?
If Frozen throws this smoke, it could actually benefit Device here. He has a chance, but Carrigan completely rips it from them. Now, mousesports, all they have to do is thrive within the chaos. The smokes can be shot over, finding Zipex on the site. One more frag would be all it took to confirm it. Magisk, he has just a tiny little gap, a fraction. You hope to use to divide, but not to beat. And so this will be mousesports confirming it, or maybe not.
Hold on.
Device is Deagle. It was Dupree, excuse me. But okay, a sigh of relief collectively across the international roster's side of the stage. 13 found. We talked about the power of T-sides on Dust2, and well, we're seeing 5 on the trot. 5 back-to-back rounds. Good catch from Carrigan onto Device. It's almost like he knew it was coming.
Yeah, second kill as well. Barely had any vision. They took the first casualty by virtue of the HE grenades towards Long. They're starting to feel it now. You can see the temperament of mousesports changing to more positive vibe. Round 28. Could overtime be on the cards once again? 4 players towards Long at the beginning of the round. Leaves Dupree with a sniper once again in B. Comfortable for now. No rush this time. I feel like after they've fended it off twice, they're comfortable just to have one player in towards that position, knowing mousesports probably won't try it again.
Yeah, I mean, the loss on that B rush was, I mean, I can't even think of a word, but stronger than demoralizing. That's like soul-wrenching. Such a crucial juncture of the game, but it has not ruined the chances for mousesports. They've put themselves in a position to truly break Astralis once more. Glaive's been flushed out of this corner before, usually with the knockout combo of Rops and Frozen. Bullets into the door, but this time he has the pairing of Device. That swing to flush out Glaive won't be as easy with the crosshairs set on the doors. Towards A they go, and actually relatively unmanned. No longer has the support now, and so a smoke instead from Device. Now he can focus his attention on short, which with 30 seconds left is the perfect choice. Here we go. 25 seconds. 23, and Magisk, he's completely ripped it. It's a chance back, but Glaive's going to confirm the round. He can't. He was full flashed. 15 seconds. Where is the bomb? This could be chaos. Device, multiple targets. He's been caught. 10 seconds. Bombs on Woxic. He has a chance to get it down. Zipex, he could jump to stop it, but not anymore. Find safe haven. They've got the frag. They've got the advantage and the plan.
It was looking so good for Astralis there. With the time so low, it's now left there are 2 versus 1. Dupree will have to dig so deep at this point with the AWP, no kit, and he's going to be spotted. Boxing to take him down as we tie things up to 14-14. 6 rounds in a row for mousesports. They keep answering back here. They won't go down without a fight, and the money, it's actually broken on the Astralis side. There is enough for a partial buy. They'll take a tactical timeout, but this could be it. If they go for the partial buy into this one, they're almost admitting defeat and allowing it to go to series point. Who would have thought at the mid stages of this second half that mousesports would be the ones in control, hunting for series point first, trying to book a place in the grand final here. Everything has turned on its head.
A chance gifted by Astralis to Ragin, the coach of mousesports. He's been standing behind them this whole time. Now a chance just to give them the final words for what could be the final few rounds. Overtime still a possibility, but mousesports, they've been given a shot at the greats. A spot in the grand final could be just minutes away.
So
on the cross, 3 members will make it across, and a bit of a stack of nades avoided perfectly by Carrigan.
Desert Eagles and a 5-7. They've certainly made these sort of rounds work before. This one will be monumental, though, up against a fully equipped mousesports. 4 Kriegs, an AWP, all the utility available to them. How do they find an access point on the CT side? It would have to be a catastrophic mistake from the international squad, but long control for Magisk. That's something, at least.
We talked about the Danish Deeg. There's 4 of them in play here. Even earlier in this series, I know Train was yesterday, but they did it there. And here on our third, in the final stages of it, silence falls in Denmark. Who will be the first to toe that line, take that ballsy push?
Let's go, Sonus, let's go! Let's go, Sonus, let's go! Let's go, Sonus, let's go!
So, bomb down and towards the B tunnels right now. Mid-split looking likely. That's a great shot from Carrigan. He's been doing good work towards short. Device now challenged. Can he find the shot required? There was an opportunity there, but unable to capitalize upon it. And towards B they'll go. 3 players from the door position. Zipex has to swing on this one. It looks like we've got the series point for mousesports. Absolutely confirmed. A great round from them. Astralis, they knew that was likely, considering he just had pistols there. And we will get the final pause from Astralis now. One round separates them from defeat. Elimination here in the semi-final. What felt like a lock-in, Alex. It looked like it was a done deal. Mousesports just weren't turning up at all. But just in the nick of time, Chris J kept them alive just long enough for Voxer to start finding some form. The 4 kills of the Krieg had found him some form completely. He's on 21 kills now. Carrigan starting to wake up towards shore, finding all the kills required. And now just 1 round away from the reverse sweep.
10-5 advantage. Astralis managed to manufacture on their T side, and now mousesports, they could do one better in regulation. 1 round. They have played so many tonight. 1 round against the hometown heroes. Carrigan.
Oh, the auto snipers
feeling
around.
like the enemy, and now they're going to be rattling some shots off. Nothing to connect again. Aggression from Frozen. He took the spawn, he seized it, and now just 4 members of Astralis remain. Grand final dream falling and faltering with every frag. Magisk, he's just forced to watch now.
What a bizarre series this has been. Unpredictable at almost all times. For now, though, the opening kill for Frozen. They bought the auto snipers, a double orb setup, and it has found them great success here. They will go back into a default, working out if there's any sort of reaction from the CT side. Device holds the sniper towards the mid doors with the flashbang. Hits him cleanly in the face. He'll have to fall back. This is getting awkward now. Glaive looking to swing around the corner here. If he gets a sound cue, there's a flash. This is his chance now. Can he find multiple kills? He gets a first, but it's Voxic. He replies, maintains the advantage. They still have a minute here. Device knows he has to find a pick in return. And Zipex, oh, he can get caught. The flash out, that's going to guarantee a frag. Here we go, 4 on 2. They might have done this, Alex. Out of nowhere, mousesports somehow bring this game back. And everything pointing to their victory right now. Here we go, I think that's enough. Device, he's in towards CT spawn.
Woxic's going to get the flank, surely. This is it! mousesports have done it! They're going to the grand finals! Tech timeouts, 3 maps, 4 hours, but they take it to Astralis here in Odense.
I can't believe it. Astralis were running away with the second half of Dust2. It felt like it was a formality, a couple of ecos. They were just biding their time, but mousesports crept up on them round by round.
The way you framed it, Henry, Chris J kept mousesports alive.
He did.
He was the IV drip. They're on their deathbed, but finally a miracle. They stand to their feet, the fragging comes in from Frozen, and it's just enough to pull them across the line. A T side, that's 11 T rounds, Henry.
That's really, really well played. I don't think they can believe it. Their body language in the mid stages, their second half, it looked like they were done for.
What a roller coaster of emotions. I've seen every member on that stage from both teams in pure elation and shattered defeat. But at the very end, it is one side of the stage that's oh so quiet. Astralis.
Yeah, they're the defending champions as well. They were the absolute favorites going into this one. Dust2 was theirs, but it fell apart towards the end. Carrigan, who dropped off completely on overpass, managed to come online towards the end.